If your hair never gets past shoulder length, then watch this because I'm breaking down how I managed to grow my hair from shaved to mid back length for the first time ever, having never had long hair before. So let's quickly talk about what's probably happening in your case and why your hair has been stuck at the same length for years. It's very likely that you're probably stuck in a cycle with your hair, just like I was. And what typically happens is your hair grows because your hair is growing, and then you may style it, comb it, gel it, all of those things. And what happens is then your ends break off because of maybe how you're styling it. Then, because your ends are broken, you then go to the hairdresser. The hairdresser notices your ends aren't very good. And so they recommend getting a trim. You trim off 1, 2 inches, and then you literally start this cycle all over again. Your hair grows and then literally it starts again. And so this cycle is what keeps our hair stuck, right? Because our ends break off, and also we don't know how to handle our hair. And because we don't know how to handle our hair, it's simply just breaking. So even though it is growing from the root, it's breaking at the ends, and that's why we're not seeing any length. So, how do we actually change this? How do we get out of this cycle so that our hair can finally start growing longer? We can see longer lengths and we can actually attain longer hair, even though we've never had longer hair before. Well, it starts off with some key things. Firstly, hydrating your hair. Hydrating by simply meaning adding water to it, but in general, let's just call it shampooing and washing your hair on a regular basis. Your hair needs water. And I actually remember back in the day when I kind of used to avoid water. Not that I used to avoid washing my hair, but if I was out and it was raining, I would make sure that my hair did not get wet. Now, if I go out and it rains, I'm okay with my hair getting a bit wet because I know that my hair likes to be hydrated. So hydration is really key, and that's the first thing that's you will need to change in order to get out of this cycle. Secondly, it's going to be moisturizing your hair, keeping your hair moist. One of the reasons why our ends break off is because they get dry. And if they get dry and brittle, then they literally just break. They don't have the strength to be able to withstand and to then stay on our hair. So it's really important to moisturize our hair, whether it's with let's say a leave-in conditioner or whatever it is that you're using to moisturize your hair. It doesn't have to be any amazing expensive product or the most brand new hairline out there. It doesn't have to be that. As long as you're moisturizing your hair, then that's key. Just don't let it get dry. And then another key thing is, of course, sealing in that moisture. Once you have put leave-in on your hair, then what's going to happen is that leave-in might evaporate, and then give it a day or two, your hair just gets dry again, it breaks, and the cycle starts again. So it's really key to use some kind of sealant and seal in all of that moisture. So things like oils, things like butters, maybe, or even grease. Those are things that can help to seal in some of the moisture. You want to be, what's the word? You want to be limited, particularly with grease. You don't need a lot. You really don't need a lot of it, but just enough to seal in all of that good leave-in conditioner. And then lastly is to protect your hair. Ideally, it's good to wear protective styles. It doesn't have to be twists, it doesn't have to be cane rolls, it doesn't have to be plaits, but something where your hair is typically off your shoulders, not like mine is right now. You want it off your shoulders so that it's not rubbing, it's not causing friction. And again, those ends aren't breaking. So yeah, just something where your hair is maybe put away. Even wearing scarves is amazing. That's really helpful and really protective. And again, just keeps all of that moisture in. So, those are some of the key things: hydrating your hair, moisturizing it, sealing it, and protecting it. But the thing is, doing these things alone won't work. there is more to it. Now, for me, when I discovered that I needed to change how I handle my hair and I started implementing these things, alongside that, I also needed to commit to a process of time. And so I decided, okay, let me just try this initially for like 12 weeks. Yeah, let me try it for 12 weeks. Let me commit to it and let me see what happens. And it worked. It absolutely worked. I saw that my hair was changing. I saw that I was beginning to retain length. I saw that it was getting longer than it had ever been before. And so that was really, really key for me. And actually, let me just show you what my process was. So once I had discovered these key things that I needed to do, I knew that I needed to commit to doing this for long term. And so I basically just put my plan and exactly what I did and how I grew my hair past shoulder length. And I put that plan into this product here. So if that's something that's going to help you, then feel free to grab that. But my key point is I just want to encourage you to know that your hair can grow. It really can grow. And actually, it is already growing. The problem is probably just that you have some bad habits along the way that you've picked up, that actually those bad habits need to change. Now, I didn't get to talk about those in this video because again, that's a whole subject on its own, but there's a video on the screen right now where I was talking about all of the bad habits that I had to get rid of, the things that I was doing that was stopping my hair from growing. And so if you feel like that's something that you need, then that video is on the screen right now, and I'll see you over there on that one.